everybody. Welcome to Bite Size Genealogy. Today, we are going to look at just one of my favorite features about Ancestry Library Edition. I talked about it a little bit last time, and then I was thinking, oh, I wonder if people have really looked at Ancestry Library. It's such a great resource. So I just want to pull it up on the screen here so you can see and just show you the Learning Center, because the Learning Center is a wonderful place for people to begin learning about Ancestry. So you access this within your library. I'm just in the library. I'm on a computer. And I'm going to go into databases, and some libraries subscribe and some don't. So just give a call over to your local library and see if they subscribe. Then I'm going to go into Ancestry Plus and take a look here. I love, love, love what Ancestry Library offers up here in the Learning Center and charts and forms. So I want to touch on those. We're just going to look at Learning Center today. So this is wonderful because it has these gobs of places to learn about how to get started with genealogy. So as you can see, you've got different categories here, just getting started, census, beyond the basics. You also have immigration, military, and ethnic. And within these different ones, you'll see links, and it brings up these wonderful PDFs that just have lots of information on how to explore researching the census and what to know about it. If I pull one of these up, you can see it will go into all these sorts of different things about the census questions that were asked, different years, how they work, different screenshots. What I like about Ancestry research guides and learning guides, these particular learning guides, they don't necessarily focus only on what's in Ancestry. They're also going to say, hey, don't forget to check here or here or here. This makes you a better researcher. So they're extremely informative in that way. So check out all of these different elements and learn about some tips on how to research your Civil War ancestors. Immigration. Most of us have family who came to America. When did they come? What's the best way to track how they got here? It can be really complicated. So they have these wonderful PDFs that you can just download and learn from. Finding your immigrant ancestors, 10 things to know about passenger lists, finding your Irish ancestors in the US and Ireland. This can be really tricky. And find your ancestry from the UK and Ireland. They're hitting these big topics that a lot of people will ask about. So, great place to start. One thing that I think a lot of people forget and don't even notice is this other little tab here. It says maps. Always click on this. So if you go in here, you get a map of the US and see how it highlights when I'm in here. Check it out. So if I were doing research on Maine, and I'd never done any research on Maine before, this would bring me to a wonderful research guide. So let's go ahead and click on Maine. Okay, so it's going to bring me to the map. And then I can go ahead from here and click on any of these if this initially, these are like quick links on the left. But let's go ahead into the Maine research guide. And we can get a nice PDF about Maine history. I love this because it gives you wonderful overviews of population, when the census began, when vital records began. A lot of us have questions about these things when we're researching in a place we've never researched before. This is a perfect place to begin. So check out that. But also, when you're in here, you're just going to keep poking through these and you'll be pulled out into the wiki, okay? So this is interesting because this wiki, it really looks a lot like what we used to call the Red Book. And the Red Book, I think the last edition was published in 2013. I know there are some people here who probably have used that old Red Book. And you'd flip to the state and it would say, here's where you find court records, or here's where you're going to find maps. And it was such a handy resource, but now it's all here online. So let's hope my mouse isn't fritzing too much. Okay. So you get this, the history of Maine, and then on the right-hand side, you have all that you used to have in the Red Book, really, maybe even more. So Maine land records, where you might find Maine maps, probate records, where you're going to find all these different things, the different archives, libraries, and societies. This is great because it's telling you other repositories. Remember, not everything is online. So knowing where these other archives and libraries are is really important. So this is a wonderful learning guide, a place to learn. And when I do a history and mystery of genealogy starter guide, I always talk about before you're diving into a new place, you really do need to research how to research. And what I'm saying with that is simply that you don't know about all the records in a different place if you've never looked there before. You don't know about the record retention. You don't know about record loss. You might not know what repositories are in the area. It's very hard with genealogy to be an expert on everything. It's almost impossible. So what you want to do is rely on your resources. Be a librarian, think like a librarian, rely on good sources. The Ancestry Library Learning Center is a really good source. So I hope that was helpful. Check it out, and I'll touch on charts and forms next time.